Donations are the livelihood of a nonprofit. It's kind of important that Trends Youth Channel has a solid foundation of donations, and that you, the viewer and the donor, understand what exactly that is. So this video is more along the lines of what are we doing with that donation and how in many ways can you donate. It was really well said by a Boulder community organization that you can only beat big money with big people. This is actually something that rings very true to me because I've found that you can do a lot of amazing things with just a few volunteers and some hard work. But there's also some areas where you need to be able to build up some funds, build up that money to have a solid ground for a lot of our donation purposes. And that is why your donation really does truly matter. But it's important that you understand where that's coming from. These donations will be split into 3 different areas. The first one will be upkeep and overhead. The second one will be projects. And the third one will be donating your funds via grants to other organizations that you can help support as well. Now, if you click the donation button right up above, it'll direct you to our donation page for Trends Youth Channel. And it'll have a lot of explanations, it'll have a lot of resources. But when it comes to overhead, the only reason that link is able to go to transyouthchannel.org is because of your donations. We currently run our website through an organization called Weebly. And through Weebly, we also have the transyouthchannel.org domain reserved. That costs money. That costs a fair amount of money. But also keep in mind that if you were to make a recurring donation of $5 a month, we would already be 75% solid moving forward from the months on there. That's really important, being able to maintain that website. At the same time, we have social media and we have advertisement. Now, these fall under a category of overhead. And if you've watched the video, I'll link to it here, about donations and overhead, there's a bit of a misconception with nonprofits and overhead funds. If a nonprofit spends a lot of money on overhead, i.e. advertisement and things like that, then that money is not going to programs. And if it's not going to programs, the donor, you, might think your money's being a little bit wasted by the organization. It's not going to where you want it to go. But the important thing is, if we didn't spend that money on overhead, we wouldn't have a website. And we wouldn't have very many people in order to accomplish our mission statement, our goal of getting our organizations, brick and mortar organizations, to online communities that don't gain that support. Now, it's also important to recognize that we are a communications organization. We spend all of our time on social media. We spend a lot of our time doing marketing for these brick and mortar organizations. We don't have a fee to charge any of our brick and mortar organizations for that fund because we want to give them free time and space in the media. That's our donation. So you can think as any donation that comes to Trends Youth Channel being a donation for every single organization that we work for from there on out. Now, because of that, we will always have advertisements in order to strengthen Trends Youth Channel, create a larger community, and bring those brick and mortar organizations to fruition. Bring them all of the people that they are not able to contact. That'll strengthen their organization, that'll strengthen their work within the transgender community and the LGBT community in general, and it'll also strengthen us, Trends Youth Channel. So your donation is actually helping multiple organizations, and even with it going to overhead, you are still accomplishing that same exact goal. Now, how else are we at Trends Youth Channel going to use the funds? There are some other costs that come with Trends Youth Channel as well. For instance, we want to run some events. If you want to specifically talk with a lot of the coordinators, and we are going to put that on YouTube and everything, Google Hangouts is free, but it may not work there. So we may use another professional video meeting, such as Meetup or Meeting Burner, and those cost one-time charges. So for us to have events for you guys, the online community, may cost a little bit, and we will always keep you up to date as to what we want to do and what our funds are going to be. On the donation page at transyouthchannel.org/donate, you will be able to see what our next project that we are saving up to do is going to be. Is it going to be an advertisement that's going to go out via Facebook to strengthen our community? Or is it going to be an event that you guys can come to on Meeting Burner and meet all of our bloggers, ask the questions that you need to, and get a few more resources directly from us? Now there's one last thing that I want to talk about here. There's something that you guys can do more. Donating is not the only thing that you can do for Trans Youth Channel. Like I said earlier, you can only beat big money with big people. And people is really what we need. A lot of your teens, a lot of your youth. Just donate your time. Your time is going to be equally worthwhile. And if you want to do that, just simply fill out the application here at transyouthchannel.org/volunteer, and we'll be more than happy getting you associated with us. And I do want to thank you very much for the time that you've taken to watch this video. Thank you very much for watching Trans Youth Channel, and we certainly hope to see you soon in the future. Bye now.